சமூகம் எப்படி இருக்கிறது என்று வேடிக்கை பார்க்காமல் எப்படி இருக்க வேண்டும் என்று தீர்மானிக்கிற திராணி படைத்தவர்கள்தான் காவல்துறையில் சிறப்பாக பணி செய்ய முடியும். அந்த வண்ணம் நம் திருச்சி மாவட்டத்தின் ஆற்றல் மிக்க காவல்துறை கண்காணிப்பாளர் ஐயா அவர்களை இந்த இனிய நிகழ்விற்கு சிறப்புரை நல்கி சிறப்பிக்குமாறு அன்போடு அழைக்கிறோம்.
Respected Mr. Kumar, Principal of National College, respected Mr. Alwar from Veranda IAS, then Mr. Saravanan, Senior Editor, News 7 Tamil, my friend Arun, Editor in News 7, and all other dignitaries on the dais of the dais, the teachers of the various colleges, and all the dear students, my dear friends, all of you, a good morning. Indeed, it is a pleasure to be among the students, to be the future generation of IAS and IPS and all other services. So, first of all, I would like to tell you why you should join IAS and IPS and why you should not join IAS and IPS. Who can opt for IAS and IPS and who should not opt for IAS and IPS. Okay. So, you know, this IAS and IPS or UPSC civil services examination is the highest exam through which we can get the highest post. Beyond that, nothing is there. For example, you know, there are fourth grade, second grade, first grade. This is the maximum that you can get. That after exam, the first posting that you can get maximum, that is the civil services exam. Through that, you can reach the highest post, that is IAS and IPS, and you can reach the highest level of the in respective service. For example, if you are IAS, you can become the cabinet secretary of India. Similarly, if you are IPS, you can become the director of IB, Intelligence Bureau, which is the highest IPS posting. So, these two important IAS and IPS. Other than that, so many other services are there, and those services are also very important. And through that services, you can reach to the different departments, chief of the head of that different departments you can become. So this civil service examination through which the kind of service you will get, it gives you the immense power. As sir told you that you can change the life of many people. Your decisions, your discretions, your thinking can change life of many people, many poor people or many rich people. So that is the power of these civil services. And you must have heard, some of you, that this bureaucrat and IAS and IPS and civil servants, they are called the steel frame of India. I mean, those people, our political bosses are there, ministers are there, and Prime Minister and other Chief Minister and other everybody is there. But the people who are really running the country is the civil servant, and which is why they are called as the steel frame of India. On the frame, India is standing. So that is the immense power that you get once you join the civil services. And the kind of you can go also to business. You can do the business. You know, these days very popular things are there. If you see the Instagram and all, that one MBA chaiwala, I think something like that. One boy after MBA he did start selling tea and he become some crorepati, millionaire. Similarly, nowadays I saw one girl. B.Tech Pani Puri Wali. That one girl, after doing B.Tech, she started selling Pani Puri, and she is earning good money. But you know, you can through that way you can become big, very rich people, very big people. Money, you have lots of money. But the kind of respect that you will get in the civil services, that respect you can't get in the B.Tech Pani Puri Wali or MBA chaiwala. They won't get that kind of respect that you will get in the civil services. And second thing is there that as a beach, I mean, BTech Pani Puri Wali or whatever the other you call, you can make your life will be rich, you will be richest person and all that, but you cannot make substantial changes in the life of others, okay? So that if you want, you can do it through the civil services. Civil services gives you the power to change the life of the people. So once suppose you are sitting in your office as a IAS or as a collector or as SP, somebody comes crying, especially if you are SP, somebody comes crying to you, sir, ஐயா என்னுடைய வீட்டில் திருடன் ஆயிடுச்சு, எனக்கு 100 pounds ஜுவல்ஸ் மிஸ்ஸிங் ஆயிடுச்சு ஐயா, இது என்னுடைய லைஃபேக்கு உயிருக்கு இந்த சம்பாலிக்கு நான் ஒரு 100 pounds சம்பாலிட்டேன், இப்போ எல்லாம் காணா போச்சு ஐயா, கொஞ்சம் ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுங்க ஐயா, உதவி செய்யுங்க ஐயா. Like that they will tell. Then you form one team and then they go and do everything. After 7 days, 10 days or so, you secure the accused, you bring back all the 100 sovereign gold of that people. And when you give those gold to that person, and the kind of happiness you will see in their face, and in that happiness mood they will bless you. That kind of satisfaction after seeing their happiness, plus listening the blessings on their face for you, the kind of satisfaction that you will get no any other service can't give you that kind of satisfaction. That is the importance of civil services. So I told you about this 100 sovereigns. Maybe he is rich people, but the poor people also sometime 100 days workers and others, them sometime going on road somebody thali chain, they have stolen thali chain. Then you bring back and give it back to them. They will be very happy because for them this is the question of life and death. For us it may be some one sovereign or two sovereign or five sovereign thali chain, but for them is a question of life and death. That is their whole property. So the moment you will bring back and give it to them, the happiness that you will see, and after seeing those happiness, similarly, for example, if you are a collector, some poor people, he is not having land for home and other things, he comes to you, you verify things, then you give one patta, issue patta in his name. He can get some land, he can build some house, you can build some house. And then after building house, if you go there, then the people are staying in that house. If you go there, and then the kind of satisfaction and happiness you can see on the face of that people, and they will bless you because most of the IAS and IPS are young age. Generally 20, 25, 28 you will become service, by 30 you will become collector, 30, 35, 40, after that you will get promoted. So most are young fellow. So the old people will give you blessings. So like that, although they will call you Ayya, but they will give you blessings. They will treat you like their son. So those when you get those blessings and you see the happiness, the moment that lady or that gents old person come to your office, when he or she was asking for requesting for a home, and when you go and they are in the built up house, they are inside the house or some Giri Puja or whatever you are doing, that time you will go, and the kind of happiness that you will see in their face, that happiness, and after seeing all this, the kind of satisfaction that you will get in no other services, whether it's Tata, Birla or whoever you are. So these are the power of the civil servants. So that's why if you want to do this, that if you want to change people's life, if you want to help people in the big way, if you want to change the life of millions through your decision making, through your decision, if you want to do all these things, then you are welcome into civil services, you are welcome into IAS and IPS. But if you are planning to go to civil services just to enjoy your life and become big man, and some orderlies, 20, 30 orderly will come behind you, and you go in the car and so many people behind you, and you earn lots of money and all, then it's not your cup of tea. Because many people will tell you that if once you become IAS and IPS, you can change your family, next 7 generation of your family will be changed. So, what is that meaning? Meaning means you will earn so many illegal money, so that 7 generation they just sit and they will eat. So that was the saying earlier. But if you are thinking like that I will go to IAS and IPS just to earn the money, then and if you are in that kind of thing, that luxurious life, happy life, and lots of money, this 5-star hotel is staying and all the other things, then this is not your cup of tea. Then civil services is not for you, because it's a service. You have to give service to people while you have to sacrifice your life. For example, especially when you are in district SP and district collector, then you have to sacrifice your happiness, your relaxed life, because 24/7 this is job. Night time you have to go, daytime you have to go, morning 8 o'clock you have to go, even maybe morning 8 to night 10, 12 o'clock you will work. And working, you won't have much time to spend with your family. You won't have much time to go to dine in a good hotel and other things. Sometimes it's happening because of the too much pressure like this. So if you are ready to sacrifice your comfortable life, your luxurious life, to give something to the society, to change the life of the many people, then you are welcome to the civil services. Civil services are for this kind of people who can sacrifice their comfort for the life of poor. Once you become senior, for example, in police department, if you become DIG and above, then your life will be comfortable, because SP has to work, DIG and others are there sitting there giving some supervision. Similarly, beyond the collector, you become secretary and other things in the secretariat, then your life will be easy, 10 to 5 job, and after that finish night you can go dining out and with family and other thing. But while in a district as a collector and SP, you don't have much time to enjoy. That time you have to serve the people and 24/7. So that is these are the few things that I wanted to share with you, so that before deciding your goal as a IAS and IPS, you should introspect yourself, that whether I am like this, what I want a luxurious life, or I want to serve the people, then you can decide, okay. But once you decided that I want to join civil services, then first thing is you should do that, go through the UPSC websites, download the syllabus of the UPSC, go through the syllabus. They will give you an idea, outlook, that what kind of a preparation you have to do for joining civil services. So go through the syllabus like that. There are 3-stage exam. First stage is the prelims exam, where there are 2 papers, one is GS paper, general studies paper, and one is civil CSAT, that common aptitude test. So that is for qualifying. General studies is the main through which you will get qualify the prelims. Prelims is to filter out the candidate, because around 3 lakh, 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs people are appearing for civil services examination. To filter out, the prelims is there, where they will ask you multiple choice of questions. Out of 4, you have to pick the correct answer. And then from 4-5 lakh, they select around 20,000, depends upon vacancy, but around 10, 12,000, 15,000 people they select. And then those 12,000 goes to the second stage of examination, that called mains exam, where you have to write subscriptive, like descriptive exam that you are writing in the college. So then second phase is you have to write descriptive exam. Many papers are there, general studies papers there, 6 papers, and then you have to select your own this thing, what it called optional, 2 paper of your optional. Any optional subject you can select, and then you have to write descriptive examination. If you qualify that examination, then they will call for interview. So for example, interview ratio is like that. For example, 1,000 post vacancy is there, then around 3,000 people they call for interview. So, and among the 3,000 only 1,000 will get selected. So from 3 lakhs to 3,000 to 1,000. So that is the success rate of civil services, that this much candidates are appearing, but only few minimal people are get selected and recommended for appointment as a various departments and as a IAS and IPS. So that is the normal exam thing, that prelims, mains, and then interview that you have to appear. Through that you get selected. So that first you go through the syllabus. Then similarly you thinking about your optional subject, what subject you should select. So similarly you can go through the syllabus of various subjects, the subjects in which you have interest. You can go through those subjects and syllabus, and if you feel comfortable, then you can select that subject for your optional paper, which will help you in mains examination. And finally, interview total is called personality test. So they will judge about your personality, and they will knowledge already. If you qualify prelims and mains, means you are knowledgeable. So they will see your personality and some attitude and other things, and on that basis they will mark you. And finally, ranking IAS, IPS, whatever you get. So this is the pattern of examination. That is, after seeing the syllabus and other things, you should start preparing with starting with the NCERT books. That if you are from CBSE, well and good. If you haven't studied in CBSE, if you have studied in Matriculation Board or Tamil Nadu Board, then you can go through the NCERT books. That is the starting point, because all the civil services examination, they generally asks from 10th, 12th level of civil that NCERT books, CBSE syllabus. So you go through the NCERT books. Similarly, this thing, what it called, newspapers, you have to study the Hindu newspaper and any other newspaper, what is happening in and around you, you should know about it. Then after that, there are other detailed books that you have to study in various subjects. And only thing that civil service required is that you should have knowledge of every subject. There are economics, history, geography, political science, Indian polity, science, general science, and little bit of reasoning they will ask. Statistics they will ask. So you should thorough in at least minimum knowledge of all the subjects. If you are very good in history and other subjects you don't know, then it will be difficult for you to qualify civil services. Or you are very good in Tamil and other subjects you don't know, then it will be difficult for you to qualify for civil services. So for qualifying civil services, you should have basic knowledge of, mediocre knowledge of each and every subjects. That is the most important thing. Second important thing is that there are some students that is called scrammers. They will mug up everything and then will go exam and they will write. So there are certain examinations where you can mug up and go and write and you get qualified. But civil services is not like that. Civil services, if you mug up everything and go and write in civil services, you can't qualify, because their questions are different. They will ask you analytical question, where you know that whatever you have studied, they ask same thing. But you have to presentation, you have to apply your common sense, your analytical power to answer those questions. Then only you will get selected. So earlier there were days when most of the people get selected through history. They used to mug up everything in the history and go and write in the exam and got selected. But now it has changed. So now more and more question on analytical power, that you have your ability to grasp the facts, your ability to analyze the things, your ability to think beyond the books, your ability to see what is happening all around you and grasping things, what is happening all around you. So that kind of candidate now requires in the civil services. So that you have to do. For example, right now so many things are happening. Somewhere election happening, somewhere war happening, somewhere bomb blast happening, some terrorist attack happening, somewhere sports cricket match happening, somewhere some tennis match happening. So you should know every little bit of everything. For example, you know Russia-Ukraine war is going on. Similarly, in Gujarat, some Ahmedabad, that India-Australia cricket test match is going on. Similarly, some Middle East, some problem, the ISIS problem is going on. Then Afghanistan now being ruled by the Taliban, how Taliban came. So all these things you should know. How Sri Lanka was failing because of that Great Depression in Sri Lanka, that the value of the money has decreased and people are just suffering. And what happened there, how how Nepal is trying democracy and last 10-20 years, but still a stable democracy is not happening in Nepal. Still they are fighting. And so all these things you should know. You should have made your own vision or own idea about these things. What do you think about the role of what the Russia, Ukraine, whether Russia attacked Ukraine is correct or not, like that. So that kind of thing you should know. You should know. You should generate or create your own vision or own thinking. That kind of ability these days civil services required if you want to qualify the civil services. Next is that regarding that, civil services, there are attempts that for a general student is 5 attempt, for OBC and others I think 8 attempt is there. And for SC and ST, age limit is there? No. attempts are fixed there. So again and again people are appearing. So then next thing required that is called resilience, that is required in civil services, that even after failure you have to again start and you have to get there. So that is needed in civil services. For example, like that first attempt you wrote, you failed in all, you failed in prelims. Second you attempt wrote, you qualify for prelims, but mains you could not score. Then still you have to start from the beginning, because it's not like that once you, it's not like that CA exam that you qualify the foundation, then you intermediate that give. If intermediate 2-3 times fail, you passed, then you directly go to final exam. UPSC is like civil services, that you suppose you failed in prelims, or even you passed in prelims and mains you could not qualify, next year again you have to write prelims. Suppose even you pass the prelims, mains, interview you could not get through, then again next year you need not to go interview directly, you have to again start with the prelims. And sometime what happens, this time you gave interview and next time you can't qualify prelims. So that is also there, because UPSC, the biggest thing that UPSC examination, about the UPSC examination is the unpredictability, that you cannot predict that which kind of question will come this next year. So every year it gives surprises. For example, in 1 year they will ask more questions from means history. So you will prepare history, that this year history asking the more question from history, so I will prepare history. Next year they will ask more question from geography, only few question from history. Sometimes they will ask a maximum question from current affair. So like that you cannot based on the previous experience, you cannot predict anything from regarding UPSC. That is the truth about the UPSC, that is the unpredictability. So you have to know everything. You cannot say that I am very good in economics, so I will qualify, or 2-3 subjects you are good in qualify. You have to have knowledge of all the subjects, preliminary knowledge of all the subjects, then only you can you qualify the UPSC. So I was saying about the resilience, that suppose this year you, and sometimes happening this year you could not score in good in economics. Next year you prepare that, oh, I was big in economics, full year you concentrate on economics. Next year you got, this year what subject you gave you highest marks, next year you may get less marks and economics give you more marks. So every balance you have to, we have to manage balance, maintain balance for during preparation also, every subject, not that you can focus in one subject and ignore the other subject. So that is the civil services. And again, as I told you, that you have to focus, then you have to remain focused. It's very difficult sometimes to remain focused, because continuous 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, sometimes 7 years you have to prepare same thing, and then you may get selected. Many of us there are so many failed students who failed in the UPSC. They have written the books about their struggle, or some past IAS and IPS, they have also written about their preparation days. If you go through them, then you will know about the kind of frustration that people get when they are not get selected. And again, you have to sit back, again you have to start from the zero, and again you have to qualify. Sometimes you go into interview, and result came, you are very sure that this time I will get selected. But result came, your name is not there. Again, you have to start from prelims, mains, then again interview. So that kind of things, that also UPSC judges whether that kind of resilience is there inside of you. That again, you have to start again and again, you have to start from the beginning. And once you qualify, then the sky has limit, because nothing beyond that, you have achieved everything in your life. So that is the kind of thing that UPSC giving. Regarding this, you may have gone through the interview of many successful candidates in various magazines like Civil Service Examination, Civil Service Chronicle, and Pratyogta Darpan, and so many other magazines are there. So if you go through those magazines carries the interview of successful candidates. They will sometimes give the list of the books that you have to study. So some long list of the books they will give you. You have to go select the books very cautiously. And one more important thing about UPSC is that it requires repetition. Suppose instead of 20 books, reading 20 books, you need to read 4 books 5 times. So you have to select good books, and again you have to read those books. Instead of reading 100 books, read 20 books in 5 times. That is the for UPSC you need to focus that again whatever good books are there, you should know each and everything what is there in the book, so that it will help you to qualify in the examination. So that is more important, not too much study, but less study, again and repetitive study will help you in the mains exam, because the mains is the only exam which will decide on the your future, whether you will become IAS, IPS, or whether you qualify IAS, IPS or not. So that is the repetitive kind of thing, less book, but again and again. Similarly, next thing you may read in many people's interview, I was studying 18 hours, 16 hours, 17 hours, they will tell you that I was preparing for 18 hours, I was 16 hours. All this is nonsense. Somebody had done okay, but not necessary. Just 6, 7, 8 hours study, focused study, where you should not, you away from your mobile phone or WhatsApp, Instagram and Facebook, everything, fully concentrating 8 hours concentrated study per day is enough for qualifying civil services. So that kind of thing, you need not to, stop everything, going out, out playground or doing exercise, everything stop and only reading. Is not like that. Just 8 hours of study enough. Other than that, you go do your own work, your life, physical activities and other things to remain healthy. So 8 hours, 6, 7, 8 hours, 6, 7, 8 hours study per day is enough for qualifying civil services. Then next question that students ask that whether, what about coaching centers, whether we should join coaching center or not for civil services. So that is also depends upon you. That many students have qualified by self-studies only, no any coaching, they qualified because of self-study only. So that is also you can do through self-study also. But if you join any coaching center, certainly it helps. Coaching center helps because you start, you don't know what, means you have to study everything. You don't know what are important, what are not important. But if you join some coaching center, they are doing this work again and again. So they are know that which are the important portion, which are the good books, and what are the important things that you should know. So they will guide you in that way. That way is coaching is helpful. Otherwise, you have to do self-study. Even coaching, they will guide you, but you have to study. There is no shortcut for hard work if you want to join civil services. There is no shortcut for hard work. You have to work hard, then only you will be able to join the civil services. So these are the few things that I wanted to share with you. Last but not the least is the understanding that life is more beautiful, and UPSC is not only the life. There are so many other things where you can live a life very good. Because why I am telling you, because you people must have heard about some of the students, they focus that I want NEET. 2-3 attempts they gave, they could not qualify. Then finally somebody committed suicide that I could not qualify NEET exam. Similarly, civil services are also happening. Many times the students are not failing in the examination, they are committing suicide. So last thing I wanted to tell you that work hard, select UPSC or any goal, work hard to achieve that goal. But if you achieve the goal, nothing like that, you enjoy. But suppose somehow because of something you failed in that achieving your goal, life doesn't end there. There are so many other things, there are so many other options. All people who has qualified in it, they are only living, and others who failed, they die. It's not like that. Or only because only few persons are become civil services. Every year 5 lakhs examination, people giving exam, only 1,800 they are becoming civil servant. So others are also living life. They are some of them go to business, some of other fields, and they are earning good money, they are living good life. So it's not like that everything the civil services. Life is there beyond the civil services also. So even you try your best, you work hard, and if you are got selected, well, good. If could not get selected, no problem. I was not, up to that, so I will go to some other things. It's not like that, oh my God, I have failed in the UPSC. Now everything end, so nothing, I have to end my life only. So like that, don't take and don't think about this kind of extreme steps when if you are unable to qualify for civil services exam. Okay. So these are the few things that I wanted to share with you. And anybody want to ask anything, I will be happy, more than happy to tell you. Thank you. Thank you very much.